What's going on, baseball fanatics? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast, and we continue our series looking at the top 5 landing spots for several key free agents. Today we will be looking at the case of Anthony Rizzo. But before we get into it, make sure if you haven't already done so, you smash that subscribe button down below, as it does a huge service for us here in growing this community. So tell all of your baseball friends that this is the channel to watch in 2022. Let's get into Anthony Rizzo. Now, as we look at the case of Anthony Rizzo, I think that there's going to be an interesting mix of teams that could be in his potential market. But as we begin with the number 5 team on my list, I think that the Atlanta Braves could look at Anthony Rizzo. Now, this is going to be predicated on the fact that the Braves are likely going to re-sign Freddie Freeman. If, however, Freddie decides to sign elsewhere, I think Anthony Rizzo will be the prime target that they go after to fill that vacancy. I think when you look at what Rizzo can provide any team, but specifically the Atlanta Braves, if they were to lose Freddie Freeman, it's the closest replication to Freddie Freeman that they could get their hands on. A solid hitter who's also going to play Gold Glove caliber defense. Yes, I do think that it's at a drastic discount from what Freddie Freeman actually offers. However, as a alternative, if you lose Freddie, this could be a very good sign. As we look at the number 4 team on my list, it is that of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. And when we looked at the market for Freddie Freeman, I also stated that the Angels would be a team that could be in that mix. I think there's a vacancy in LA that could be filled by a player like Anthony Rizzo. Again, the Gold Glove caliber defense, as well as being a guy who can hit for average and bring you some power. Bringing him in a lineup that will also feature Anthony Rendon, Shohei Ohtani, and Mike Trout could be a very good landing spot for Anthony Rizzo. The Angels are a team that are going to need as much help as they can get, and bringing in a solid contributor like Rizzo could help that cause. Now, as we look at the 3rd team on my list, it is that of the Chicago Cubs, Anthony Rizzo's previous team. I think that Chicago has an easy opportunity to bring back a fan favorite in Anthony Rizzo, and he will likely be the only one that they can get back from their big 3. Something that we covered on the Woulda, Shoulda, Coulda series here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast, the dynasty that would have, should have, or could have been from the Cubs. Rizzo was a key part of what that team was going to be able to do. Now, yes, this is a team that is likely going to be going into a rebuild. But if you bring Rizzo back for a 1-year deal, maybe a 2-year deal, at a more team-friendly option, he becomes much more valuable at the trading deadline to teams similar to how he was in 2021, when a team needs a solid first baseman as well as a Gold Glove caliber player. The Cubs could also use Rizzo in a mentorship role, growing their new set of Cubbies in 2022. Now, as we look at the number 2 team on my list, it is that of the Boston Red Sox. I think that Boston's only real weakness on their team right now is that of the first base side. Yes, there are some options that they could potentially play with in the outfield, but I think that when you look at the whole on this team, it comes from first base. Rizzo could be a very good option, and we know that the Red Sox were one of the teams that were in on him going into the trading deadline of 2021. Bringing in a guy who is a Gold Glove caliber defender can also help across the diamond for Rafael Devers. A great defensive first baseman will pick up his entire infield. And this is an opportunity for Boston to kind of throw a jab at the New York Yankees, who could potentially be in on this Rizzo market. Now, that being said, as we look at the number 1 team on my list, it is that of the New York Yankees. There's already been rumors of potentially re-signing and reuniting with that of Anthony Rizzo. I think that for the Yankees, obviously the prime target should be a trade with the Oakland A's to bring in Matt Olson, who is a younger, better version of Anthony Rizzo. But while Anthony could be a fallback plan for the New York Yankees, they should not waste too much time in allowing him to walk to another team, especially if the market is beginning to heat up with their in-division rival, the Boston Red Sox. Rizzo had a great place on this team and really started to bring the team together. I think at the trade deadline, when he was acquired, there was a difference in the type of player that he was and the atmosphere he brought to the clubhouse. bringing back a guy like Anthony Rizzo, who quickly became a fan favorite for New York Yankee fans, could be a very good move in the Bronx. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your feelings on this down in the comment section below. What are your feelings about Anthony Rizzo and where he should end up? What will that deal look like? Let me know that down in the comment section below. Keep it locked into the entire GLMG family by checking out our sister channels WeSibs and the Granted Geek Show. Links to their channel will be down in the show notes below. As always, keep it locked in here to the Baseball Banter Broadcast throughout all of 2022 by hitting that red subscribe button. When you do that, we continue to grow this community, and it allows us to continue bringing you the best content in terms of baseball coverage. So I'm going to thank you guys for tuning in. Keep it locked in as I continue to bring you the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions on the game of Major League Baseball. Peace.